Peace be upon you, Aries. Let's check your energy. The Leper King. Bravery, self-discipline, and faith. The Sword of Law. Seeking for justice. You're gonna have to take a break though. I would advise you, before you go into this new endeavor, take a moment, retreat somewhere. Even if it's just 10 minutes, somewhere absolutely alone, detach, connect, be present, and then go for it. Taurus. Okay, we have a challenge, respite, assistance, and memory.
Will call session and what?
Caretaker of the lost. And wisdom. You have to let something go. Forgive someone, specifically. Not easy, I know. But you've got this. Gemini. Lord of Riches. Equanimity, pardon. Wisdom, inevitability. Ah, my pronunciation was terrible, sorry. I'm switching from Italian, that's the hardest when I switch back to English. Misfortune. So, you're involved in either helping, aiding, assisting, philanthropy, taking care that everybody has everything they need. You have relatives, loved ones, or family that is in need. But most importantly, you are terribly impacted by many people's circumstances and situation. It's beyond you how that is even possible. So you're putting yourself in service. Beautiful energy, eternally grateful for anything you can provide, whether it's tools, resources, assistance, financial help, literal sustenance like food. And right, it's ridiculous that we are having to struggle, and people perish out of for the most foolish reasons. And so whatever you can do, you shall do it. It's beautiful. Thank you again. Cancer. I'm going to flip it again. El Shaddai, the Radiant Lord, wisdom, paternalism, and kindness. Okay, I think you're seeing things from a different perspective to some regards, or in regards to some person. Start and departure. Okay. You're going to have to make that decision, whether you're going to go seek for someone and have a heart-to-heart. I think you can. You're in your masculine, the wise, mature masculine, patriarchal, very balanced spiritually. I think you can have that conversation with someone. I think you're ready for it. Oh, Cancer, let me see. Are you ready for it? Yes, Archangel, you see, changes and the initiating journey. Yes, you're entering a new stage, and there's someone that's extremely important, probably at a distance. It's waiting for you to make that decision, to leave everything else behind and start fresh. For that, you have to be vulnerable, obviously ready, and you've explored and exhausted all other options, wishes, or desires. Where you're currently at, important changes and an important decision for you. Archangel Raphael says, I shall help you. See, cooperation, choices, partnership, unions, alliances, and so on. I shall help you finalize your inner journey towards your divine. Heart is someone who's deeply has managed to touch your heart in a manner, but somehow either it was non-compatible with what you were doing at the time. There may have been misunderstanding, other people involved, I feel, because you can be easily influenced. You have an open and kind heart, and sometimes that may be used against you. And once they get you, it's kind of hard to, get rid of someone. because you are compassionate and caring and empathetic and so on. But again, it may be used against you, and other people may have gotten in the middle of this important choice because obviously it wasn't in their favor, it wasn't working out for them and their interest in regard. So someone was probably trying to control you emotionally, either manipulate you or for either financial gain and so on. There is an energy here that still kind of exerts some powerful control over you. Pardon. I protect initiating journeys in the sacred places. I guide with wisdom all of those that have started on an authentic spiritual path. So you're dealing with probably a counterpart that is initiating you into this, life from a more spiritually connected and in search of spiritual advancement, healing, truth, understanding, faith. So it's very powerful for you. Spirituality, you're being ready and open to embrace life from that stance. You may have been overly practical up until now, but there was this side to you that was introduced to you by in that moment when you've met a special someone. Blessings. You may start, if you don't want to talk to the person, at least find a sacred place, right? Maybe return to your origins when it comes to, your own families and traditions and spiritual beliefs, and explore that first and foremost. See how you feel about that. Do it in your own manner, and see what that opens up for you. It's important that you've opened your heart to God, most importantly. It was opened through someone else's beautiful vibration, at that level of faith. Beautiful. It's your season, so many, many blessings upon you and loved ones. You can achieve anything you set your heart to. Leo, I apologize. Leo the ageless, healing, graciousness, and acceptance in light, the light in the darkness. Beautiful. You are either teaching, guiding, assisting, imparting wisdom. You are the voice of reason, I hear, and of wisdom. In reverse, inheritance, karma. You are helping those who are struggling to accept the fact that things will never be the same. So it's both ideological. You may be a therapist. You may be, again, a teacher, a doctor, a healer, a physician, etc. Either way, you have authority, the wisdom, the experience, and you have the calling and the heart for you to offer much needed wisdom and sharing different perspectives, tools, offering clarity and guidance to those that need it the most, that are really struggling to accept the fatality of certain circumstances and events. So eternally grateful for your service, Leo. Virgo. Master of the great hunt, authority, the hunt, natural balance. I know, we have certain perceptions about the signs. Virgo specifically, I always felt them to be the most balanced of all manifestors in the practical. Because they do things the right way. They are perfectionists. They want to do it right. They always take others into consideration. They're amazing when it comes to teamwork, working with others. They're just, wow, hardworking, humble, patient, devoted, loyal to whatever it is that they aim to achieve. They never really seek for shortcuts. They put the hard work in. They do everything as it's supposed to be done. It's just so beautiful. They're so trustworthy when it comes to quality of either services, work provided, and etc. And they're the perfect colleagues, the perfect employer, the kindest of and fairest of employee. The perfect employee and kindest and fairest of the employers. So it's beautiful, indeed, a master. And of the great hunt, it means pursuit. It may be for resources, for new opportunities. It's beautiful. Justice in reverse. In this case, it's pursuit for some form of justice, equity, resolution, clarity. In other words, you're fighting for what you know to be rightfully yours or anyone else's. You may assist others in their own struggles. It may be some form of a collective cause, right? There may be other people involved, but you're restoring balance because your honesty is unblemished. Your integrity, your honor. So you being the one to pursue justice will most definitely have you achieve it, obtain it, no questions asked. Because you know your fame, let's call it, actual, fame of being, you're known to be one of the most trustworthy and honest people in your community. So that fame precedes you. So the moment you actually take actions, whether in a legal manner or speak up for someone or something or against someone, go after someone that is otherwise, harming either a business or a family or an industry, a collective, a group of people, a category of people that are either vulnerable or in need, or that you're going to speak up. So you're moved by a spirit of wanting to fight for justice, and you know how it's done, and you're not only going to just talk the talk, you've got your actions to back you up when it comes to you having the authority to and the right to actually stand up, speak and fight for this cause. So what's going to happen, justice in reverse, is you're going to encounter resistance, obviously, but you're going after terrible, terrible people. Will it be successful? Why is it 2 in reverse? I believe you're going after someone that we were actually either in a partnership with. It may be even a husband or a wife, someone you actually lived with. Knowing oneself. Yeah, it's a disappointment and a betrayal of the most horrible. So you're going to go alone against someone that you shared a deep connection with. I shall help you, Archangel Gabriel. I shall help you come to know the ultimate and divine nature of your own being, so that you may always follow divine eternal wisdom of the heart and fully manifest self-respect. And that's what it is. You're standing up for yourself for once. Things you believe in. You're dropping possibly an associate, a partner, a family member, like someone really important, and even a husband or a wife. Yeah, I'm sorry for that, but you have all the right to do so. So don't fear any judgment, because you're doing the right thing, since you have suffered. You have been the one to suffer injustice, betrayal, and it may have been ongoing for a long time. So you're setting yourself free, Virgo. Hallelujah. May you be healed, guided, and protected on your path. Absolutely pursue what's rightfully yours. And will you get it? Yes, you will get the justice. You will obviously be rather more heartbroken, and you're going to have to, practical wise, yes, you will obtain the result, that liberation. But the emotional and spiritual aspects, it's a new chapter for you. You're going to have a lot of healing to do, but you are obviously going to be sent people that actually love and appreciate you, your way. So, substitution, compensation. You're not really losing anyone who is no longer supposed to be in your life at this point, right? They've overstayed as it is. So terrible, terrible trial for you, losing someone, or rather someone you felt you knew who they were, you thought you knew who they were, right? But yeah, betrayal is terrible. But you shall overcome. Just surround yourself with all the other people that love you dearly, and you'll be fine. You'll overcome. So it's the emotional aspects that you're going to have to focus on. If necessary, also seek for therapy. Don't underestimate the impact that this is going to have on you emotionally. Practical wise, there are really no ulterior consequences other than what you've lost up until now, which is not necessarily the material things, but rather the time that you've invested. I feel that's what you're most disappointed by. Libra. Ah, I felt it. The thinker. There you are. You see? You see how powerful you are? The thinker. The father of knowledge, instruction, and reinvention. You're stuck. You're unable to see things from a different perspective. And you seem to be going around in circles. You're trapped in the mind. Oh, desperately in need of clarity. Why? Because of pride. You gotta ask for help. This is usually a stage where someone may do something foolish. And the foolishness actually sometimes is quite positive. Foolish in the sense of, I strongly sense the fool card, literally. If it doesn't make sense, then drop it all together and do it from the heart. For once, it won't make sense, but it will work. So stop trying to strategize or to find out some piece of information and someone new. Again, you're full energy. You're going to have to learn to do things differently, think outside of the box, reinvent, reconsider, right? Reinterpret yourself first and foremost. Yourself, your perception of yourself. I want you to feel free. Many blessings. Scorpio. The ferryman. Necessity, focus, transition. I sense an energy of you moving past, finally concluding a cycle of your life, whereas your perception of yourself may shift as well. And that implies paying your dues or making amends in some sense, but only in order for you to be able to move on. Because you're going across the waters. I'm going to switch them again. Yeah. It's karma. Yeah. You got to pay your dues. Something's coming back to bite you. You will be able to overcome it. You don't know how. You're not supposed to. It's the same kind of an energy, whereas you have to release control, you see. It's a feminine Scorpio, mother of dawn. It's your energy. Wow. Beauty, agency, and compassion in reverse. The emissary. It means unpleasant news. It may be something like, I don't know, taxes, Aries, IRS, etc. You got to pay your dues, right? You got away with a lot, but yeah. And it's not as terrible as it seems. You're transitioning into a new phase of your life. Whereas you're going to feel lighter because there will be no burden of, guilt or shame and there shouldn't be any associated with that. You're not the first nor the last who to owe things and right. But the relief that you will actually obtain, of course, it messes up your plans here. By being able to finally put, draw that final line and, close that book. It's not a chapter, it's an entire book. So you're entering into a more serene, lighter, more tranquil stage of your life. Sagittarius. Keeper of the crossroads, the traveler. Restlessness, independence, and appraisal. You may have been stuck, no matter how much you feel you're all there and exploring. You may be going round, 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 round. Someone or something is keeping you somewhere. Something is feeding off of you. Enterprise and project. New plan. Back to the drawing table. New plan. I feel rather than going specifically somewhere new is rather returning where you were supposed to be all along. So you may have been stuck in a situation that felt temporary, but that temporarity kind of, you snapped out of it. Something had to happen and you realize, wait a minute, I've been here like 20 years. What happened, right? Yeah, what happened? So usually it's an unpleasant event. If you didn't, receive the cues that Spirit was giving you and refused, regardless of the reason why. Now something calls for you to be there because you are necessary, whether it's due to bureaucracy or paperwork, inheritance, whatever. If maybe you're building property there, right? And you have to go and, make sure everything's in order and so on. Either way, it's a return, I feel. A return that marks a new beginning. So there was a huge break between starting point, then you made like a stop that kind of prolonged, and now you're going back around. And obviously with some results and some plans, some very clear plans actually. So that phase of yours where you did not care and you explored and basically did whatever crossed your mind, that is kind of over. So now you're gonna be a lot more strict with both yourself and the choices that you make. You're gonna take things a lot more seriously. Not that you didn't per se, but you know what I mean. As in, game's over. Period. Game's over. There's another side to you that people may not have known, and it's gonna come out now. You're done. You're done playing. It's done. Now time to go build something more consistent, right? You're focusing on your legacy and etc. Capricorn. Oh, the great hunt. Much like Virgo, what's with the earth signs? Authority, the hunt, natural balance. And beauty. Oh, I know what you're hunting here. I know what you're hunting. Yes, 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 yes. Divine ultimate truth. Major changes for you as well. 5. You've decided that you're done fooling around or disregarding certain important aspects in your life, such as, for example, relationship, marriage, love, fatherhood, motherhood. I feel strongly masculine energy here. I am a protector of divine truth. I shall help you be in communion, intimate and fully with the profound truth of your own being, so that you may express it with lots of courage. You making a proposal, an offer, you confessing, you're expressing your emotions, your intentions, your feelings about someone, that you're interested. Yeah? Beautiful. There's something really in contrast with how you've lived your journey up until now. A lot more down to earth, practical, focused on finance, manifestation, right? Fixing problems, whatever. Beautiful. So it's time, it's the season of the heart for you. Beautiful. As I always say, we can get everything, but in stages, right? So your career seems to be working just fine. Finances are stable, everything's fine. And now, lo and behold, there's your person as well. Beautiful. L'chaim. Blessings. Aquarius. Sorry, Aquarius. Warden of this. Completion, support, expediency. And discovery. Yep, you're moving. It gives me that energy of Doctors Without Borders. Yep. Beautiful energy. Should you do it? Wait a minute. You moved, or your decision to move a long distance, I see, strongly. Yes. So there's someone that actually, didn't really need to say or do much to convince you, but you feel you found kindred spirits, or someone that understands you, and that is your reason, personal wise, but ultimately it has to do with your nature. You feel that you need to do this because it gives you a sense of purpose, a higher purpose. And if there's someone there that you can actually trust and vibe with, and right, it's even more so beautiful, right? So you're meeting people from different cultures, countries, continents even, and you decide, I'm gonna go. So what? I don't care. Maybe I'm needed there, right? I'm definitely more needed there than I'm here. It's kind of what I get from you. Is the person the one? Do not, in reverse, as in fear nothing, okay? It's telling you yes. They just stuck together. We're going to read them. And free in reverse. As it is, you are not really building anything. You are not building anything where you're currently at. So you're free to pursue. Yep, new adventure. You're going north. It's beautiful. It's not really as you exploring something new, but it's you will perceive it as returning home of some sort, going home. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. It's not exciting, it's rather transformative, hopeful, profound, beautiful. Pisces. Eternal servitor. The ancient wanderer. Hope, incompleteness, and yearning. There's an emptiness still. I know what that emptiness is. Abundance in reverse. You may also be fasting, you're cutting down, you're restricting yourself to some extent. You seem to be unable to either receive anything for yourself. There's a sense of guilt for some reason. My advice is to, for at least time being, try to not watch, not spend too much online on specific topics, and not watch the news. Please take a moment. You're terribly affected by this. You feel powerless and guilty in some regards, and your level, your level of empathy is off the charts, and kind of whatever information comes to you, whether energetically and whatever you tapped into, it seems to be preventing you from enjoying your own current process and stage and life in general. Yeah, you're a feminine Pisces. Of course you are. I would know one when I see one. My moon in Pisces. Archangel Sandalphon, I shall help you cherish feminine energy, venerate and honor it properly, as it is proper to honor the eternal feminine. I shall offer you the gift of perceiving the music of the sphere, the worlds, right? So I shall make it so that illuminating or enlightening divine grace shall be manifested for you. In other words, you shall also be able to see the silver lining, the positive that comes out of the struggles of the world. So I understand it's only natural that you would perceive the suffering at that level. But no one's saying that you're gonna, rejoice while others are. But why not? if you in your own life you've been given things to be grateful for, you have to embrace them and do just that, rejoice and enjoy them, precisely because others can't, right? So in that sense we're complete. One cries, the other laughs. We constantly complete and complement one another. We all get to experience everything at the different stages, and right, and in one spirit we are complete as one soul. But ultimately each of us will have to traverse at different times all of these states. So the mourning and the suffering and the pain that you're currently feeling, it's telling you to focus more on what it means to be a feminine. Probably be more motherly or involved with either the young, the children, whether via work or just out of choice or as a hobby or as a time of, as a choice to spend more time with either relatives or the younger, or either way, the feminine is just that. She's beauty, she's warmth, she's love, right? The light feminine. So you're supposed to remember that you have a purpose and a role here to be abundant, prosperous, nurturing. So nurture more and connect more with the things that you can nurture as a way to alchemize for the things that you are not going to be able to neither impact, change, prevent, or stop, because they're meant to happen. So spending more time with the defenseless animals, children, nature in general, birds, for example, right? Beauty. And you're going to have to do a purification of some sort, either baptism, if you depending on your beliefs and so on, or just a cleansing bath, or just go swim and reconnect. Okay, swim, go into water, right? Go all the way in and come back out. Okay, may all be healed, sealed, guided and protected on your paths. Blessings be upon you for this new cycle upcoming, whether it's the lunar, the weekly, for each is going to be different. It depends each situation how much time it would require to unfold, and that also depends on how fast or easily you make the choices that you are called to make. Either way, there's always one path and the other, and you're being all called to choose the only one to be yours. Shalom.